We are here. Once again, Aisha Dafala is our guest tonight, Kenya's leading female blood donor. She has lots of stories to give you as to how she started, how she has managed to sustain this, but of importance, just what we are called to do to ensure that we save those lives. Like I started by saying, I choose to call her the lifesaver. What would you choose to call her? Aisha, thank you so much for creating time to be with us. We get to this very, very important conversation, perhaps just by, first of all, wanting to understand who Aisha is, and how she decided to become a blood donor. I don't want to say a perennial because it will sound like it is, because most of the people actually do not do it. Perhaps if you ask most of the people, they will tell you, maybe I've donated blood once or twice, and it's because there was that dire need for it. Maybe my family member, maybe, during the attack moments, maybe it's because of the COVID-19 times, perhaps it's because, the donors or perhaps the medics came to our schools, and so we decided to do this. It's not always that you'll find people willing to go out there and donate blood. Karibu sana.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm Aisha Dafala. I'm the lady who have donated the most blood in the country.
No one else has beaten this record?
A lady.
Yes.
And till last Tuesday, I did my 89.
Oh, so you've not retired just yet?
I retired from whole blood.
Okay.
I just switched to blood components.
Okay.
Yes, I'm doing
getting
platelets.
to understand that some more, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so how many years doing this?
I started when I was 17 years.
Yes.
I was in Form 3.
Right.
There's a blood national services then. They came to our school, and there was this bread and soda, and I donated. Though I lost.
So the excitement was the bread and soda, like it was for very many of us.
Yes, and there was that peer pressure who is doing. So I donated, but unfortunately I lost conscious.
Oh. Okay.
And when I woke, in fact, I didn't take the soda and bread.
Allah.
So when I woke up, my parents were beside me, and I was taken to the hospital, but I was good. It's just that I had donated, and it was very hot. It was around 3. And I was taken. We were going home. So when we were going home in the vehicle, my mother asked me, the blood donor, what do you want to eat? What do you feel you want to eat? So I said I want chips and chicken.
Okay.
It was both.
It was delivered.
But I was really scolded because my mother told me, did you have to go donate blood to come and ask for chips and chicken? So it was in 1981.
Yes.
So I was having that fear of donating for my parents not to know.
Right.
So I was just doing it on and off. But in 1986, I was working. I was working with for the Kenya National Assurance Company.
Right.
There's a lady, Madam Lea Telila. Right now she's working with the Kenya Wildlife Services in Nakuru.
Okay.
Her brother had gotten an accident. So she just came to my office and asked me to go and donate for her brother. The brother was in Mata Hospital. He had gotten an accident and he was in ICU. So he just came and took me to the ICU, saw the brother, and I went to the lab, did the test, and I was fit to donate.
Okay.
So unfortunately, the brother died. Oh. Just because he didn't get blood on the right time.
Okay.
Yes.
Ooh.
So ever since today, since I started donating, I was 17, and I've been donating for the last 43 years.
Your first experience wasn't as rosy.
Yes.
My assumption would be then you would chicken out forever, but you are now a dedicated blood donor. What got you to dedicate?
So whenever I remember the brother to my friend,
your friend,
I know that there's somebody somewhere who is in need of blood.
Okay.
And that makes me go and donate blood. Yes.
All right. So very many times that you've donated blood.
Yes.
Literally. Yes. Okay. This is quite an interesting and perhaps, encouraging story. I mean, in your own capacity, as we move on, what do you do to ensure that we have very many other donors who are dedicated like it is that you are? Because it's one thing to show up and dedicate once, it's another to be a dedicated blood donor.
In 2016, I was called by the regional manager for the Kenya National Blood Transfusion, Mr. Abdi, and he told me that they've realized I'm the lady who have donated the most blood in the country.
So all these records are normally kept?
Yes,
100%?
They had my records.
Okay.
So, and he told me 14th of June, it's normally World Blood Donor Day. And he was asking me to go and celebrate with them that day. Not knowing I was being recognized as the highest female blood donor.
Wow.
So 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, I was invited in Rwanda for the World Blood Donor Day.
Yeah.
So I was taken round within the center, the Rwanda Blood Donation Center. And in Rwanda, bloods are on the shelves, waiting for the patients.
Right.
But here, we are having patients waiting for blood. So I came, I said, so I'm doing a noble cause.
Wow.
So I started organizing blood donation because I felt whatever I'm donating is not enough. So I started organizing blood donations just to encourage other people to be regular donors. Yes.
So how many times have you donated blood for the sake of the people who are watching? Because I'm sure then it also got you taking note of these days. Perhaps how many times can you say that this was because you were called upon to do it, and just how many are for the general, you know, blood donation?
It's just like maybe 5 people
that you've been called upon.
Yes, I've gone to donate for them.
Yeah.
But any other time, I just go donate. Because, you know, when you donate, you are given a card and you know the next date to donate.
Right.
So me, I normally just go to donate. And just last Tuesday,
right.
You know, I'm a Muslim, I'm fasting. Around 10, I received a platelets appeal for a boy who is in Texas Cancer Center.
Right.
And when I came to realize whatever I'm doing was a noble cause, I have a WhatsApp group for regular donors. So in that group, I asked who is ready, who is due to go and donate platelets. Nobody answered. But on Tuesday, I had to break my fast just to go and save that boy's life. Yes.
Beautiful. So that means like you break your fast for that very day?
Yes.
For that day that you're donating blood.
Yes, yes.
And then now you fast forward, or you perhaps forward to...
Yes.
So by the time people are getting done with the fast, you go an extra day?
Yes.
Or you go an extra day. That's interesting.
Yes.
For the sake of the persons that are watching us today, they probably are asking, what are platelets? And you know, how different, if you're going to compare with the usual pint of blood that you're supposed to accord and all that. I think it would be fair for you to enlighten us so that people can get to understand as they get into this, this is what is expected of them.
Just to let you know, everything you do, you need to have a time frame.
Yeah.
I wanted to donate 70 times.
Generally in life?
Yes, generally in life. I wanted to do
You've
70.
done like how many, 60-something
But
so
now I've done 89 because I said when I reached 70, there were still appeals of blood. You know, we can never have enough blood because we are still having mothers giving birth. We have cancer patients. We have accident happening. So I decided, so you see, when I've been donating with the Kenya National Blood Transfusion, I've become like a family to them. So I have most of these, the doctors, the lab technicians, they normally advise me. So one of them, he's called Mr. Makori.
Yeah.
He told me, one day we met, he said, Dafala, I'm not seeing you donating these days. I say, I'll be stopping soon. He said, no, just switch to blood components. Blood components are platelets and plasma. And normally it's used by the cancer patients and mothers who are giving birth, who they bleed, they don't stop bleeding. So I switched from blood to do blood components. You know, for the female, you need to donate thrice a year.
Yeah.
And male, 4 times a year.
Okay.
And for platelets, you donate at least after every 2 weeks, so long as you have enough platelets.
Right.
And just to let you know that when I started donating platelets, it has been generating. I think the more you donate, the more it generates.
Okay.
So I'm a regular platelets donor. Yes.
All right.
And I donate after every 2 weeks.
Okay. Okay, this is interesting. Then one would wish to know, what is your typical life like? Because then that would mean if you're going to commit or you are dedicated to blood donating, then automatically this would perhaps alter your lifestyle. You know, there are some certain meals or nutrients that you're supposed to adhere to. I mean, just how different is your life? Or you just live life normally like any other person?
No, just to let you know, when we are growing up, one day you'll wake up, my mother say, this is my house. You'll take porridge in the morning.
Yes.
So I'm so glad for my mother because he made me what I am today.
Right.
And we used to eat just this, what can I say, this normal food.
Kawaida food.
Kawaida food.
Right.
And we used to take porridge in the morning instead of tea.
Okay.
And you know, tea or porridge is the best. In fact, I'm used to take porridge.
Nutrients-wise, yes.
Yes. So I just eat normally. Just normal food, no extra food. Yes.
But for sure, you can't go out there. We thank God that you're Muslim, but you know, there are people who just decide to go drink and all that. Are these kind of people allowed to donate blood?
No, in fact, because I say when I started donating, I was 17, a teenage, and I want to mold the teenagers to have the culture of donating blood because it will mold your life. You'll have discipline, even on relationships. Because you'll know my blood has to be safe for me to give it to a patient. To a
patient, yes. For it to be useful, because then you can as well donate, and you know, it's blood that is not going to be used. Okay. All right, so here we are looking at you, you know, having done this again and again and again to a point of recognition. Just how different has your life been after this recognition? I should have started by acknowledging the fact that she is a blood ambassador, blood donor ambassador in the country. That is no mean achievement. So what are some of the other changes that you have witnessed in your life in relation to this cause?
Oh, yes. So when I was appointed, before I was appointed, and when you are in Kenyatta National Hospital or I'm in Mombasa, you normally see Kilifi vehicles, Kwale vehicles coming to collect blood from Coast General. Or here in Kenyatta, you see Machakos vehicle, Kiambu vehicle, Kajiado vehicle, they come to collect blood in Kenyatta. So I said, blood comes from a human being. Why are these people from Machakos or Kiambu are coming to collect blood in Kenyatta?
In a different place all the way.
Yes.
Okay.
So I had a concept of having an inter-county blood drive.
Nice.
For each county to be donating for its own blood. And nowadays, there are no vehicles from Machakos or Kiambu or Kajiado or from Kwale coming to collect blood from the Coast General Hospital or Kenyatta National Hospital.
It's quite rare, at least.
It's very rare.
Because then we are having people donating blood from their respective counties. Beautiful. So those, I mean, what other things are you doing moving forward now as an ambassador? Because there's so much that is required of you, being an ambassador who equally understands this, having donated blood a couple of times.
What I'm supposed to do sensitization, creating awareness, and mobilizing Kenyans to be regular donors.
Yeah.
Because you see, as I said, blood can never be enough. And you see, when we have like Dusit or we have like Westgate, people go in large numbers to donate. And not knowing that when you go, something has already happened and there's somebody who is in need there and then of the blood. So you see that what happens, people go and donate and people forget that, or not knowing that when you donate blood, it doesn't go direct to the survivor or to the patient. It has to be tested for it to be safe to be given to the patient.
Okay.
So normally we lose lives because the patient didn't get blood on time.
Yeah. All right. So the earlier you do it, the better.
Yes.
Okay. So the question then would be, what do we require to do, or what do you suppose is the biggest problem, or the biggest, what is this that denies us, the confidence to go out there and, voluntarily, donate blood? Because we tend to have struggles with that. And I have seen on television lots of time, we're encouraged, go to this spot, go to this point, there's donation that is ongoing, you could save a life, but we still do not get to see people coming out in numbers.
Just to share with you, most of the time I'm at the center of the donating blood donation center. So you can see, like, we have men from Pumwani, they've been sent, Pumwani is a maternity hospital, so most of them, they come to donate for their patient.
Yeah.
Because the mother is supposed to go for a CS and is in need of blood. So I talk to the men just to be donating for their wives, because of their wives.
Okay.
Because they don't need to come and donate when there is a need. In fact, I'm supposed to start a project again on immediately you get married, you start donating blood, because yes,
your wife could
be in need of the blood. Yes. So at least most of them, they say I talk to them harshly, but at least they understand and they be regular donors.
Sometimes there's need for you to be harsh,
yes,
so people get to understand and have this think in their heads. You look at the health and well-being of individuals. How would you say this aspect of donation has shaped your understanding and your perspective towards health and just well-being?
Yeah, it has. Me.
Yes, for you.
For
and
me,
perhaps generally.
Yeah, perhaps.
People who would be watching.
Just to share with you, me, I'm 60 years now.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'd urge people to be regular donors, because you see, when you donate blood, that blood is being tested. Actually, the government spend like $100 in each pack of blood for it to testing HIV and AIDS, hepatitis A, B, and C, and STIs.
Right.
So it is a free medical checkup. Okay,
for you. Do you get feedback thereafter?
Definitely.
Or they tell you this is a condition, this is a situation, you need to take care of this and all that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So you see, you have to be very careful when you are donating blood, because you wouldn't want to have a negative result.
Yeah.
Yes.
So most of the times you live life to perfection with your best, make sure that you eat the right foods and all that.
Yes.
Beautiful. So when we're looking at this, and we know very well that most of people will have misconceptions, will have fears, will have, their own practical tips as to how this process of blood donation should be like. What are some of these that you'd perhaps come to dispel today and say, any story, any propaganda and all that? Because there's assumptions that, hover around that get people actually shying away from donating blood.
Normally I say, afadhali ujue vile unaishi. Kama mbaya ni mbaya.
Okay.
Isn't it?
Right.
So be a regular donor. At least we normally say, when you are a regular donor, even most of the diseases, it will be detected early.
Early, yes.
Yes. So you'd rather be a regular donor. And just to share with you, when I got married, I initiated my husband, and he was a regular donor.
Oh, nice.
And you see, when you are a couple, it builds confidence, because he used to tell me, when to go for the results, he tells me, you go for the results. And if we are sick, it is you.
Right.
It builds that confidence, even in the relation.
Yeah, because...
And also, yes, and also I have my son who is 26 years old here now. He has donated so far 21 times.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Your parents, what they are after?
No, they are no more.
But at least, after that first experience, later on, they must have known that you now are a regular donor.
Yes.
How did they?
My father. It's my father who knew. My mother didn't know.
Okay.
In fact, my mother he never knew.
Okay.
She never knew. But my father, when I donated my 10th time, I was given a certificate. So one time, before it was late night, so I shared with my father. I told my father, I've gotten a certificate. I've donated 10th time. My father told me, you may not be donating again.
Even after?
10. So he told me, you have my blessing. If you feel that's what you want to do, you have all my blessings.
Right.
Yes.
So you got into this, one would want to ask, is this now a career or what exactly? Like
no,
you
but,
and blood and all.
But you see, what I was doing this, it was, I was doing it between me and my God.
Yes.
Yes. But
now
then
somehow today
it has been
turns out to be what it is. Is this what you are committed to purely, or there are a couple of other things that you do out there?
I'm committed to it purely. Yeah, though I have other projects I do. I do girls empowerment and education.
Yeah.
And I have a program for elderly persons. Yes.
Okay.
But right now I'm focused on blood donation.
Yeah.
Because normally I wake around 4 a.m. to see the appeals which are there.
Nice.
And by 9, I've solved.
So in this group, appeals purely?
Yeah, appeals.
Wow. Are you working in synchrony with medics and all that, you know, hospitals? I mean, just how?
Yeah, I work with hospitals and also with the Kenya National Blood Transfusion.
Right.
So when I get appeals, I share with them and they act promptly.
Okay.
Yes.
That's beautiful. So what is the future like for Kenya in terms of these initiatives that are related to blood donation, you know, and just how best do we pursue them so that we have our banks full anyway?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying now. And I'm having like university students.
Yeah.
Even University of Nairobi, like on 21st, I'll be having a blood donation with the students from university. And what I've decided now, I want at least each and every university to have a one-day event on blood donation.
Nice.
Yes.
Right. Just how wide are the doors opening for you when you're trying to, you know, push this agenda? Because then my assumption would be it's an agenda that requires funds. Yeah. It's an agenda that requires goodwill. Just how wide are the doors open for you?
Now, you see, for the government has already given me the goodwill.
Yes.
So it's just me to knock doors and share the idea. And majority of them, they buy the idea.
Nice.
And they want to support me in that initiative.
The processes of funding, the government chips in or?
No, government doesn't chip.
It's purely you?
It's purely me.
And you've managed to sustain so far?
I'm trying, yes.
What would you wish for government to do different, you know, when it comes to this point? Because then it's basically a concern for the entire country. It's about saving lives in the country.
No, even the government is trying because sometimes I organize blood donation. I call them. If there are some challenges, we try and see how we can solve it.
Okay.
But most of the time, they really support me.
Okay.
Yeah, they support me.
That's beautiful.
Because, yes.
So today you are invited and you're told that officially we want to declare you the blood, a blood donor ambassador. What was it like? Did you even imagine that you could be the highest donor or female blood donor in the country?
No.
What was it like?
In fact, when the first time I was called, it was Honorable Mutai Kagwe.
Yes.
So when I was appointed as the blood ambassador, I was told to do some remarks after the appointment.
Yeah.
In fact, I could not speak for 10 minutes.
Wow.
I was just crying.
In shock.
I was in shock. Imagine I could not speak.
Recognizes this.
Yes. I didn't know I would reach that. Yes.
Okay. Have you had a chance to speak to, say, persons who are in hospital and, they understand that you always move around the country, donating blood and, championing for many people to come on board? Have you had a chance to interact with any of the patients?
Yes.
Yes.
There's a time I had a wedding for my niece.
Right.
It was in a hotel, so I was coordinating because it was my cousin's, it was my brother's daughter who was getting married. So I was coordinating everything. So I'm going around the hall. One of the lady calls me. So he stood up and hugged me. I didn't know what was
going on.
So he told me, 4 years ago, you supported my mother with blood.
Wow.
I didn't know I would meet you in a wedding.
Nice.
So you can imagine. But it was so emotional. Yes, I didn't know. And also there is that last November I had another, because beside doing this blood donation, the way I've been organizing blood donation for cancer patients, and during World Cancer Day, I was recognized as a Goodwill Ambassador for Cancer.
Nice.
Because I organized blood donation for cancer patients. So when I was doing an outreach for cancer, I met like 5 women I've supported.
Wow.
Because you know me, I support people I don't know. It's just a phone call, we talk, and he gets the blood, and that's it done.
That's it.
So 5 women, they say, that lady has really supported us when I was on medication. So it becomes so emotional, but also I'm happy that at least I've done something.
And I know the satisfaction and the fulfillment comes with the thought that you have saved a life, that someone is breathing, you know, for another day, an extra day, you know, or another beautiful day they get to see because of you. But all this recognition and title, one would want to assume, and perhaps many people have knocked at your door and said, well, unajua ni ambassador sahi, tunajua uko na pesa and all that. Does this come along with, you know, this that you would consider as benefits, or perhaps would you wish for them to be handled different?
Nothing.
Totally nothing.
Totally nothing.
Does it not make you feel like, well, maybe we could do things different?
It's hard to answer that question.
It can be difficult.
It's difficult.
But then not necessarily for you, because then Aisha is here today. Tomorrow it will be another person whom you have pushed and, you know, you have encouraged to go out there and constantly donate blood, and then they're going to be declared ambassadors. Don't you think you would love the situation to be better for them? Perhaps not just for you, but because it could even be easy for you to push for these other initiatives that you're doing.
You see, when I've been appointed as a blood ambassador, when people they see me on television, I receive text messages or calls. Ile umepatiwa tugawie.
I would easily do that if I knew you, yes.
But totally I receive nothing. And also sometimes I feel when I'm doing blood donations, or when sometimes I get appeals among the group, whoever will be due to donate, he tells me, I want to go donate, but I don't have fare. So sometimes I give.
You have to give them.
I have to give because I know the importance of him or her going to donate, because we should save a life.
Right. Health-wise, you have been 101% okay. What about in instances where maybe you're not feeling well and all that? Like every year you've done the 3-3-3-3 marks?
Yeah, I've been doing I thank
all the
God.
Years round.
Yes, I thank God. I've not been sick. I'm good. Yes.
All right. So when the ministry is handling some of its activities and, you know, this transfusion sectors or perhaps departments, just how much do they get to involve you?
Oh, very minimal.
Right.
Very minimal.
Which you think could have been more, maybe?
Yeah, it could be more.
Could have been more.
Yes, it could be more, because you see, when this blood donation is being done, it is wise for me to go. When somebody is donating, I want them to be regular, repeated donor, regular donors.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best time I can talk to them. And sometimes most of them, when I talk to them as me, there's a change.
There is a change, because then they are thinking, well, she's been doing this, she looks lovely, she looks way younger than 60, pretty and all that. So there's really nothing wrong with that, because most of the women will tell you it's the fear.
Yes.
You perhaps tend to feel like, hey, damu hata itaisha kwa mwili, and then you're going to be weak and all that. It's got nothing to do with that at all.
It's got nothing.
So courtesy of you, we have once witnessed the coming in of the world's leading donor in the country. Yes. What did that mean, and what is happening at the global stage if at all you are in constant communication with them?
No, in fact, the highest world blood donor, I met him in Canada, in Kigali, sorry. Yeah. And he told me he would come to Kenya because he sees Kenyans are not donating, although it's not Kenyans. This thing is globally.
Yeah.
We have that people, they don't donate blood. But when we met in Kigali,
right?
He told me he'll come to Kenya. And he came to Kenya in September 2019, and he managed. We did a blood donation at the Kenya National Archives. Yes.
Wow.
And we donated together. Yes.
All right.
But ever since, nothing much.
Not much of communication.
Not much of communication. Yes.
So across the globe, there is not much that is being done in terms of, you know, this push.
There's a lot being done, but they are doing it. Everybody is fighting for his or her own country. Yes.
What do you suppose Rwanda is doing different in terms of this course of making sure that they have enough blood in their stores, in their banks, for the sake of the people?
Me, I thought because of the genocide, whatever happened in 1994, they've having the bond, and also, you know, with the Rwanda government, they have some mandatories, you know, like they are cleaning their
clinic, the cities, everybody else is always committed out there.
So I think also for blood, they are doing the same.
Okay. All right, beautiful. This is a health matter. Most of the people are watching you tonight and would be asking themselves, well, maybe I want to be a dedicated blood donor, but then I just don't know where to begin. I am scared and all that. What would you tell them today?
Normally, I tell, if you are scared, if you have your mother or your father or your child who is in need of blood, if you are scared, who will support your parent or your child?
That's true.
And there is nowhere we get blood. There is nowhere we get blood. Blood comes from human being, and human being is you. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
That's nice.
You know, there is a misconception, or people don't understand, because when somebody calls me and tells me I'm in need of blood, where am I getting the blood? You should think, where is the blood coming from?
It has to come from us.
It has to come from us. You know, we had 2021, there was we have ambassadors in the country. Yeah. One of the ambassadors had a challenge, because there was I think it was a staff, one of the staff of the embassy, who was supposed to go for surgery, and they were told to pay a certain amount of money and 2 pints of blood. So when he paid, when he was going, he was asked, "Why are you going?" He said, "I think I'm done." He said, "No, we need 2 pints of blood." He said, "Where am I getting the blood
from?"
He said, "Bring your relative." He said, "I don't have a relative. I'm just here with my wife and with my 2 children."
Right.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So they started, in fact, they were calling it a ambassador's challenge, but it didn't pick up. Completely.
Because nobody turned up.
No, there was some bureaucracy.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
So besides, just remember, even if you have millions of shillings, you can never get blood.
Out of this money. There has to be someone who is willing.
Yeah, definitely a human being has to donate that blood. Nowhere you can get that blood.
Okay.
Yes. So it is you.
Yeah.
If you fear the needle, you'll fear and you'll lose. And just to share with you, there's a time I received an appeal of blood. It was on a Saturday around 8:30. I was told there was a lady at Coptic Hospital who was in need of blood. So when I'm starting to mobilize people to go donate, the sister calls, he say, "We want blood from a certain tribe." I told her, I cannot.
We go down to such specifications?
Yes.
It is that serious?
Yes. We just need blood from a certain, our tribe.
Wow.
But I said that I cannot do it.
Deliver.
But by midday, she had died.
Ouch.
Yes. So you can imagine.
Yeah.
People don't have, I think there is information, there is a lot of sensitization we need to know, to do the awareness. Yes.
And I mean,
people are lacking
maybe
awareness.
someday we're going to invite you alongside a medic so that we understand, you know,
yes.
blood group, what can donate to blood group who and all that.
Yes, yeah.
But of importance, I think people also need to know that you really do not need to worry about it.
But also, you see, if you are going to donate blood at our blood bank,
yes.
we don't need blood A or blue. We just need blood there. They can exchange, however.
Yes.
So we just need blood there.
There can always be someone
yes.
who has an
switch,
O and
yes.
all that, and you switch this.
Yes.
That's the bottom line.
Yes.
Because most of the people will wait until an A is called upon, so that then they can say, "Oh, niko na A, wacha nikuje nikatoe," and all that. It's a whole.
There's a time a friend of mine called me around 8:30 at night. He told me, "Oh, I've just remembered you normally donate blood. I have my brother who is in need of blood." You see.
Oh.
So I told her, now it's at night, let's wait for tomorrow, because you know, even if we say we want our blood banks to be open for 24 hours, we don't have enough blood. So we cannot open for 24 hours.
Wow.
So early morning, I called the hospital. I told there's a patient who is in need of blood. I called around 6:30. By 7:30, already he's being transfused blood.
Wow.
So I tell my friend, let's meet around visiting hours. He tells me, no, we go now. So we were there by 8:30. So when you go at the customer care to inquire, we are told the patient transfused the blood from 7:30.
Okay.
So when we are at the waiting room, so at 11:30, we are called by the doctor. So the doctor tells us, you know, from 7:30 till now, your patient has gotten 2 heart attacks. Because he didn't have enough blood. So by midday, he was already dead.
My.
So you can imagine.
And this is something we can all change.
Yes, we can change. Because somebody, it's like when somebody is in need of blood, blood is there.
Blood is there.
We don't need to search, to fetch, you know, that.
You know, I shouldn't be the person to tell these people or remind them just how important this is. I'll allow you do that, you know, as your parting shots, also as you tell us whether, you know, you are free to share this WhatsApp group that you have. So just in case there's an appeal, or perhaps you social media platforms, then they know where to go to. And as well, whom to ask when they want to donate blood.
I don't need somebody to call me and tell me I'm in need of blood.
Yes.
I want somebody to call me. I want to donate blood. Where should I donate?
Right.
Yes.
Please tell them how they can do that. I think I should be initiated to this. I am one of the biggest persons who fear this, but then again, I look forward to change that.
What do we do if you have a relative who is in need of blood? Because you see, sometimes, imagine I can show you, there is an appeal, you get somebody who needs 10 pints of blood. Where do I get 10? Yes. Where do I get that 10 pints of blood? And also, I'm just encouraging the relatives.
Yes.
When you know you have a patient who is in need of blood, who is, like you see, when you have a patient who is have cancer, you relative, you should take that initiative to be donating blood.
Very important.
Yes.
How do they get a hold of you?
And also, I normally tell my fellow women, we are the most strong because we see our children, our parents dying, our husbands dying, and tears never save life.
We should
but
always.
blood
does.
Blood does.
Good way to end it. Tears will never save the life, but blood will. That drop of blood could be the changing factor.
And let me share with you.
As we close.
A premature baby, only 3 tablespoonfuls will save a life.
We will save that child.
Yeah, 3 tablespoonfuls.
My goodness.
You can imagine.
And a pint would give you like 3, 4, 5, it will give you like 20 of those.
Not 20.
Yeah.
500 ml.
You know?
Divide by 3. How many children will you save?
Very many. My goodness, you don't want to tell them your pages, your social media platforms, so that they can reach out?
Yes, I have my Facebook page, Aisha Dafala, Blood Foundation.
Right.
And my WhatsApp number, 0742 470 330.
0742 470
330. That's my WhatsApp page.
Please reach out, and don't reach out to ask for blood, but reach out to say that
I want to donate
blood. You will save that life. This is what I take home. The 3 tablespoons full could actually save a life, and that, you know what, tears will not save that life, but drops of blood will certainly do that. Aisha Dafala, thank you so much. Thank you once again. Keep at it. And thank you for saving very many lives. Very, very many lives for that. I mean, her say is all about celebrating these women. I have no better way of saying asante, but to say, you know what, let's just all go out there and donate blood. You do not know whom you're going to save. It could actually be your own family member that you are going to save. I have to close it at this very point, as I look forward to have you again some other time on Saturday as we discuss more in relation to what it is that women are doing in this country. My name is Linda Alela. We close Hasi at this very point, and that is TV47 Weekend Edition. To have yourself a lovely night ahead. And once again, happy holidays. Bye-bye.